Hello everybody, welcome to the Calling All Retro Gamers channel. You may know me as Ed, Retro Kill-9 from the Evercade effect, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the Steam Deck behind me. Now, I just want to say what I'm going to talk about is very controversial, but I feel strongly about this because this has been part of my Steam Deck journey. So, I do want to give a huge shout out to Fan the Deck. If you haven't already, you need to check out his YouTube channel. He was one of the content creators that I've watched who kind of helped guide me in this journey and ultimately helped me come to the decision of getting a Steam Deck. So, the question is, do I regret getting a Steam Deck? Should I have waited, for the ROG Ally? And I'll just tell you right off the bat, no, no, I don't want this to be clickbait. The answer is no. But what I do want you to stay tuned for is I think you'll be curious to see why. Now, you're going to want to check out Fan the Deck's video below. This is what my video is in response to see it in its entirety, to give it some context. He talks about a lot of things, talks a little about misleading information from ASUS, and talks about how a lot of testing was done by Linus Tech Tips and all that, just in case you think if I'm pulling this out of my ass. I just wanted to shout out and give him credit because this was a sanity check. This is really a sanity check for me here. And I'm just going to play you a quick clip from his video, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about it.
But there was a poignant comment that Kyle from Cryobite shared with me. This was posted by a user named DJ over on the Cryobite server. I'll link to that below. I'll tell you what they said, but note the asterisks because we're going to get to those too. They said, quote, honestly, really disappointing. Better screen, better performance, better fan noise, some extra anti-cheat games, and a bit lighter. 3 of which have asterisks, and all of which come at the cost of worse software, much worse support, worse hardware ergonomics, e.g. controls, more expensive, little to no modability, significantly worse repairability, and worse battery life.
Alright, so now that we're back, I'm going to focus on this slide and bring it up here. And this was the comment from DJ, and this kind of made me happy to see this because just somebody who works in tech and technology, I had a feeling about this, right? And so pretty much, what they're saying, I agree with. Kind of what it comes down to is yes, you're gonna get some improvements, some extra anti-cheat, some better performance, sure, a better screen, which personally I don't think the deck screen is that bad. But you're going to get much worse support. You're not going to get Valve supporting it. Worse hardware economics. Like the controls in the Steam Deck are just so comfortable. And, little mobility, more expensive, worse repairability, worse battery life. If you watch the whole video, they do talk about getting, that below 10 watts is where the Steam Deck really shines. And it only beats the Steam Deck out in very, very niche things, right? And then all these are exaggerated. So in the video, it goes to talk about, if you're running Windows, you'll be able to run all your old games. No. Windows compatibility is huge. I don't like how this has been advertised as a magic bullet. For me personally, before I even bought a Steam Deck, I did my research. I watched, other content creators like Fan the Deck and another shout out Gaming on Linux. Those are huge influences for me on what determined ultimately why I wanted to get the deck. Just seeing the updates, and in the beginning, yes, Steam Deck, the interfaces, the OS, there was rough around the edges. Once I started to see the polish and I saw the support and how Valve was all in it and what they were trying to accomplish, then I knew for me this was going to be the gaming device that I wanted to get. It's no secret that I love my indie games. I don't use it to play AAA games. Definitely the extra horsepower would be wasted for my needs. Well, I need something that shines at playing indie games, and I can still play AAA games if I want to. And that's what the deck does. I mean, if you watch and you see other videos out there, Valve even put out a video, all the research that they went ahead and did, for coming up with the perfect ergonomic solution, and comfort on the deck. I couldn't even imagine not having the touchpads. Yes, I don't use them there every day, but when you do, and me, the ROG Ally, I don't like the look, and the D-pad doesn't look good. I mean, if you want to get that and spend your money, that's your whole thing. But for me, as far as having a modern indie gaming system, the Steam Deck is really what I've been looking for. It has everything. It has the comfort. It's good quality. It makes it easy to play Steam games. The flexibility, the openness. I love the screen, and maybe a lot of people don't. I hear complaints about that But for me, for right now, it's the perfect modern gaming handheld. Pretty much the Evercade covers everything else for those cool kind of retro games, physical media. And for me, this covers everything else that's not Evercade. I know Valve is going to be there 5 or 10 years from now. I don't see them going out of business. The store is going to be there more importantly. As I've talked about in my videos previously, when I hadn't logged into Valve for 5 years, not only could I download everything that I bought, I could download games that you can't buy in the store anymore, and all my cloud saves are there. And that was fantastic. So I wanted to make this video because I know people just hear, oh, specs, better specs, faster specs, and then all these videos come out all over the internet just like, trashing the deck. Oh, it's out of date, it's 5 generations behind. No. Go ahead and watch Fan the Deck's video where this was vetted by Linus Tech Tips, and he's just not some like nobody. No, I think you all know who Linus Tech Tips is. He's a big deal. Who did like a lot of the testing, and he's even very pro, the Ally. But he puts out the truth as well. So yeah, I just I feel strongly about this that just because something has better specs isn't everything. I mean, the biggest, elephant in the room I think people forget is, gaming on Windows is a huge sacrifice. Yes, Windows is easy to use and all that, but it's Windows, right? Windows isn't stable. Windows still has compatibility issues. It's not a magic bullet by any means. I think that's one of the reasons why I strayed away from PC gaming to a console, because I wanted to play something that just works, right? And that's the beauty of consoles like a PS4, PS5, Xbox. Well, pretty much in this, Steam has solved it. Is every game going to run perfectly? No, but a lot of them do. So far, everything I've thrown at it has worked. There's nothing that I can't tweak. The open community support with the Decky loader and everything is phenomenal. I haven't even undervolted or overclocked my deck. I'm not sure if I want to do that. But just the fact that I can go in, I can control the CPU, I can really go ahead and see all the geeky stats at the top of the screen. It's just phenomenal. It's easy. It's based off of Linux. It's stable. It works. Because if you look out there, most handheld gaming devices, whether they're emulation or whatnot, or even something, like a modern day console, under the hood, they're going to have some form of Linux or Unix. I mean, even Xbox doesn't run on Windows 11. So that should say something in itself. And again, this isn't here to bash out Windows, but let's just let's be realistic. You're trading off a compatibility for stability here, and the Steam Deck is designed to do exactly what it's supposed to do, and that's to play your games, make it easy to play games, and you're not going to get penalized by drawing more power to play your indie titles, your games that require 10 or less watts. So for me, that fits my needs. If I do see a AAA game that I do want to play, hey, I can do that too. And if I only get 2 or 3 hours of battery life, so be it. I don't really care about that. I mainly have this a play around the house. But yeah, I was just sitting there. Was in the process of making my Coin Ops Legends 4 video, which will come out. But this is something I feel passionate about. I love the Steam Deck. No regret. Since I've had it, I've not played my PS4. I think it's a phenomenal device for any of you out there. I've had this last year since around Thanksgiving, and I don't regret. So yeah, it's not about the specs, it's about the support. Valve has made games, out there work. The developers have failed to work. EA breaks the launchers. They go ahead and they fix that. The whole thing with The Witcher and DirectX 12, they fix that. I mean, tell me what other, companies out there will fix something for another developer. It's pretty rare. Usually they make the developers to fix it, but Valve understands, and I honestly feel like that they care about their customer and they want a positive experience. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think? Are you planning on getting a Steam Deck? Are you going to get a ROG Ally? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? And if you happen to stumble upon this in the universe, please subscribe to our channel. Me and my buddy Retro Rich from Bacon Ice Cream Productions, we do a podcast every 2 weeks. We have guests. We talk about everything retro related for video games and also modern, indie, all that good stuff. You're not going to want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.
Subscribe.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh,
You were close.
All right.
You were so close.
Oh, man.
I feel like we're
All
going to get it.
Maybe next time.